Hi folks, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This is my last evening before the dreaded Keswick to Barrow walk, which will take place first thing in the morning. We're going to be getting up at 4 in the morning in order to be able to get to our designated driver 5 in the morning. And then we should get to Keswick sometime just before 6 in the morning, and we'll set off on what is currently going to be a 38-mile walk. It was originally going to be 43 miles, but what's happened is that there's some roadworks or something that's happened, and the official routes just had to change its starting place, and that's actually taken 5 miles off the route, which is great because 38 miles is going to be challenge enough. We've been training for weeks and weeks and weeks for this, and the most we got up to is 26 miles, and I have to say it nearly killed me. It may sound really weird. I mean, it's not like doing a marathon, is it? I'm not running, I'm not doing a half marathon run or anything like that. It's just walking. It should be easy. Well, if you've kind of ever spent any length of time in a museum or an art gallery or anything like that, and you know how just even after half an hour of just kind of wandering slowly and looking at pictures, your legs really start to ache and they get really bad. If you're like me, you can't do more than about an hour and a half, 2 hours max in a museum before you're absolutely knackered, and all you've done is walked around very slowly. It's actually really tiring being on your feet for that length of time. Multiply that several, I don't know, tens and or whatever, and you get kind of some kind of an idea what it's like trying to walk for what will basically be about, well, if we do it well, it should take us about 12 hours to do the whole 38-40 miles of walking. So it's quite a thing. And when we did the 26-mile walk, I have to say it was a struggle. For a lot of people, it's the feet. Obviously, that's the really obvious thing. And sure enough, people lose toenails and toes go black and things like that as a result of doing the K2B. My two ladies of the house did it last year, and it was touch and go as to whether some of the toenails were going to be saved or not. I mean, certainly they needed loving care for quite some considerable length of time to keep them on for the weeks and the months that passed. I actually think my feet are probably going to be okay. I've got to myself new running shoes, which are incredibly comfortable. They're really lovely. And I've got special socks, which should help prevent kind of rubbing and things like that. But as I've been doing the walks, it's been the joints that have been the problem more than anything. My knees, and in particular my hips, and specifically my left hip. It just, after a period of time, it was just this really sharp pain in there, and it can be agonizing. And there was one point on the 26-mile walk, around about the 18-mile mark, where I just thought, oh crikey, I'm not gonna be able to make it any further. It was really painful. I did some exercises, and after a period of time, it seemed to kind of work its way off. And by 21, 22 miles, I was pretty much okay, knackered, but pretty much okay. So taking plenty of painkillers, ibuprofen, paracetamols, all that kind of stuff, to kind of like keep myself going. Lots of energy bars and wine gums, my favourite sweet, in order to kind of like keep me going. And hopefully that's gonna like do the trick. But it's just going to be a case of working through it, because my problem is if some sharp kind of pain comes in, like in the knees or in the feet or whatever like that, I just find my energy level just drops really fast as you kind of try to compensate for the pain. If I can keep on top of the pain side of things, then I can cope with aches, I can cope with sore feet, I can cope with aching thighs and all that kind of stuff. It's just those kind of like really sharp kind of joint pains and things like that. It's me age, I know. But the biggest concern I think I've probably got at the moment is the fact that I've not been well for about the last 3 days. I've had a bad cold. Yep, man flu. I know. But it's made me kind of feel pretty lousy pretty much all the time. But more importantly, you might be able to hear, those of you who are used to hearing me droning on, that it's heading down towards my lungs. I've been quite chesty today, and usually the next step after a bad cold like this would be that it would go full throttle on the chest. If that happens tomorrow, I'm going to kind of have a wheezy chest, and you don't really want to not have your lungs at full capacity when you're doing a 38-mile walk, or any kind of long walk really, I suppose. So I'm kind of like a bit worried about that. And the other thing is that the weather forecast has been telling us porkies for a fair length of time. At the beginning of the week, it was telling us it was going to dip it down for Saturday. And then we got torrential rain, and it said it's going to be nice and sunshiny. And I believe it's still saying it's going to be nice and sunshine. Well, it's going to be nice weather and cloudy, so which is ideal because it means it's not going to be raining, but at the same time, the sun's not going to be beating down. You're not going to feel like you're in a furnace. Looking out of the window right now, and looking how miserably wet and dreary it is out there, I'm kind of hoping that this rain is going to pass on and the weather forecast has got it right, because at the moment I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. So we'll have to see. Anyway, so this is my last post before kind of doing the walk properly, and I'll put some stuff up probably on Facebook and things like that. Those of you who know me there should be able to see some videos and things like that from me, assuming that my phone doesn't run out of charge and it doesn't get lost in a muddy field or something like that. But I'll kind of keep you guys posted. Thank you ever so much, those of you who have sponsored me. That was really kind of you. And if you haven't, then wherever you're watching this, with a bit of luck, there will be the link kind of like below this video. And hopefully you can still sponsor me there if you wish to. The site's a bit crap. The Keswick to Barrow team do things absolutely brilliantly. They map out the route fantastically. We've got our little kind of tags that we have to kind of check in with all along the way, and they'll sort us out for drinks and things like that, and first aiders and all that kind of stuff, which is absolutely terrific. But they're a bit rubbish with the website. It's a bit basic and it's a bit hard to use. But persevere, click on the link, and you should come through to my team's page, and you'll see the charity that we're raising money for, which is a charity working with autistic kids. And hopefully you'll feel inclined to give a few pennies that way. If you have already, thank you ever so much, as I've said. And yeah, hopefully I'm not going to let you guys down. I am, worried that, somewhere after the 26 miles, or maybe even before, then I'm just going to have to kind of go, no, I can't bear the pain any longer. I'm going to have to stop. But God willing, we'll make it all the way through, and I will come out feeling victorious, proud of myself, and very much in need of a beer. Thanks, guys. Have a good night, and you'll see me on the walk if you watch the videos. Thank you. Bye bye.